Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kenjamin. This is my dance related YouTube channel. I have a main channel where I actually play video games and I make a lot of content about that kind of stuff. But I wanted to make this channel because I have been a dancer for many, many years. And K-pop was actually my introduction into dancing. I discovered K-pop back in 2009. And I feel like as a K-pop second generation veteran, I would like to share my voice and my opinion about K-pop in today's generation. So without further ado, why not just begin the video? I just want to say that for this video, I'm not going to do as much a reaction as much as I am going to analyze things from the point of view of like an old school K-pop fan and as a dancer as well. So we're going to focus on Hyolyn as a performer for this particular video. So without further ado, let's begin, folks. From the very beginning, we see that there are dancers just all over the stage, which is very good because we're letting the audience see where all of the attention is going to be at, and it's at the very, very top, the center. And even the dance movements make it apparent that Hyolyn is the focus. I love all the vibrant colors.
Welcome to paradise.
Yes! Okay, so before we go on, I want to back up just a little bit. The backup dancers on the lower part of the stage, they start on the ground, and then as they come up, all they do, very simple, they switch formations. That's literally all they do. Nothing super duper complicated, nothing complex. It's just like a very small like catwalk moment, and it seems so simple yet so captivating because you don't want to focus on the backup dancers. You want to focus on Hyolyn, even though the backup dancers are closest to you, the audience, I mean. And you're going to notice throughout this performance that the male backup dancers are more just there to handle the props than they are to actually dance, which is fine. I love that everyone has different colored shorts as well, with the exception of the two black and the two purple bottoms. And I think the two silver as well. Yep, the guys are the confetti props. Yes. So there's two things going on right here. We have Hyolyn coming down with backup dancers, and then we have the backup dancers on the main stage. So the dancers coming down with Hyolyn, they're keeping it very simple. They're not doing any like crazy tricks or flips. They're not like, ooh, look at me or anything. They do kind of like throw their arms around kind of here and there, but nothing too crazy. Hyolyn is still very much the focus there. And then the dancers on the main stage, they have a very like groovy feel. They're very like wavy, and they have a very upbeat what's the right word? They have like a very upbeat vibe. I guess that's the best way to put it. You feel very like drawn into their movements. I guess that's the best way I can put it. And then as Hyolyn's coming down, she twists her whole body, not just her head, to hit a beat, which is very, oof, it's like icing on the cake. It's beautiful. Let's watch. I love how the dancers are just getting down with it. It's amazing. Roll off, very simple but very powerful. Yep. And the dancers are switching from new choreography to old choreography. This is the original. Yeah, I don't know a single person who doesn't know the Touch My Body chorus choreography. Like if you're a real like K-pop fan, you know this. Okay, so another thing that I need to point out is that there have been a lot of people commenting like on the Queendom performance that Hyolyn has moments when she lip syncs and she doesn't lip sync. They're completely different concepts going on here. Hyolyn does not lip sync for this performance, and it's very clear that she does not, because you can hear her when she has the mic in front of her mouth. She's clearly singing, she's breathing, and especially when she's walking down the stage, you can hear her breathing. When she takes the mic away from her mouth, that's when she's letting the backtrack sing so she can catch her breath, or she can be in the moment for the choreography. That's what gives her like a charismatic moment, and she really brings out her performance in her face and also her body language, because she lets the backtrack sing for her at certain parts so she can catch a small little break where she can breathe, and then she'll go back in and sing and dance at the same time. And so for this next part, we're going into the dance break. And if you're watching the Queendom performance, you don't notice, but Hyolyn actually does like a come here signal to the cameraman. They cut it in the Queendom performance, but you just can't see it. So that's why in the full cam, you can actually see it. Everybody knows this part. It's the killing part. Is that what it's called? Kill point, or the killing point? Yeah. Very, very sassy and powerful. Yeah, she did the come here. Yeah, the guys are just they're not really dancing as much as they are just props. And she has her dance break. She's amazing. Look at her. I love that she hits that. You can tell she's losing her footing. Yes, she's so powerful. Oh my gosh, I love her. Da, da, da. Boom. And she loses her footing here, but she catches herself. Very good. So whenever you find yourself losing your footing in heels like that, you kind of have to like counterbalance your weight, because you know in heels your weight wants to go forward, and so you kind of have to like sit back. But if you pull back too much, then you end up falling backwards instead, or you'll still fall forward if you're trying to pull yourself back, like you're trying to pull your upper body back but your legs are still going forward, so you end up doing like a weird like push and pull. But she was amazing. She kept her balance. And you probably don't know this, spoiler, but Hyolyn, after the performance, she actually talks about how her heel had broken, and her dancers tried her best. They tried their best to like get the shoe to stay together and not fall apart. It's not as noticeable during the performance, but if you are experienced with dancing in heels, you kind of notice that something's a little off, not with her balance, but more so the heels, because you know Hyolyn is an experienced heel dancer and performer. So, you know, I could tell something was off, but I love this part because the change from going into like a very hype and very strong dance break into a very serenading, calming bridge is like the apex of this performance, and honestly, it really just, it draws you in, and the flames, they create just such an amazing atmosphere. You feel like I mean, because the fire's there, you're going to feel hot. But I mean, even just watching this, I feel like a sense of warmth. I feel nostalgia. And it's a great feeling. This part is what sold this performance for me, honestly. It's so simple, but it was executed so perfectly. Let's watch. She's so captivating. I love her smile. It's a party! Look at her dancers go! Everyone in the audience. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's such a strong performer. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yes. So if we're going to talk about her dancing, honestly, the amount of energy that she had was completely in sync with her dancers, the female dancers, if not more so. Like she had more energy. Just because, she's trying to push out as much energy as she can to really keep the vibe going for the entire performance. But in terms of charisma, I mean, of course, she's the original from Sistar, of course. So she does the dance the best, and she does the entire performance justice. But I have to say that her dance break was a little lackluster, in the sense that I kind of was expecting a little bit more of a hype factor, but the dance break was just kind of like a little break for her to not sing. Let's go back to that actually. It happens right here. So I'm gonna watch it with no audio. You can tell that right here, she's completely captivating the audience because she is focused on her facial expression and her, if you pay attention to her arms, she has so much strength in them. She really, really does. Her upper body has so much strength. She was just feeling that the entire time. Honestly, I wasn't feeling like the groundwork that she was doing there. I think she could have done a little something else. I don't know. Maybe like I don't know, something with her chest. I mean, I know she did some chest pumps while she was like on all fours, but it's still great. It's still amazing. I think one or two things could have been changed, but the dance break was still pretty good. It was still great. It was great. Yeah, her energy never died down from beginning to end, and here's where my evidence is prominent. That little turn that she does, the amount of energy she has, whoo, right there. So much energy right there. And she was able to sing and stop her vocals right there, but then she was able to jump back into singing. Like the amount of muscle tightening you need to do to be able to execute something like that is phenomenal. So you know that she's she's like performing at her peak, essentially. And this whole time, she is like the most bubbly dancer. You just can't help but focus on her the entire time. And by bubbly, I mean like she just has this sort of like energy about her. Like you just can't not look at her. Yeah. If you even notice, she has her chin down. So that way she has more of a side profile, and then her forehead kind of comes forward a little more. But that's also just because that's like the charisma that she has learned from doing this dance so many times. None of the other dancers are doing that. It's just her. Every single dancer has like their chin up, or they're just face forward. She has her chin down. She's literally the only person who's doing that. Yeah. And then you notice her neck slowly comes out as she lifts her chin. Her facial expressions are on point. She can go from smiling to completely serious and captivating. If you watch like the actual Queendom performance, you see her up close and she's phenomenal. Yeah, she overstepped. As she's coming up from the groundwork, she oversteps when she crosses her right leg over, boom, and she starts losing her footing here. Yeah, but she regains her composure here. And for this dance break, you can tell she's pretty tired, but she's pushing out as much energy as she can. And then she loses her balance, but she gains it back. Phenomenal. Oh my gosh. And then she just jumps right back into singing. And then she steps back, of course, because she has to get into position. But then she's also just like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. But then I have the energy to keep going because I'm out here having fun. And that's what it's all about. So for this last part right here where she's dancing in the center, well, not so much dancing as she is just like, ad-libbing. The backup dancers are just doing something very, very simple. They're not trying to do like the most complex choreography. The focus still needs to be on Hyolyn. So what they're doing is they're doing something very simple. They're just circling around her and they're keeping the energy up. That's why they're raising their arms up so much. And then very smart, whoever choreographed this, all they did was they had the backup dancers just circle around, and then they go into the back as Hyolyn comes forward, and they do a formation change, and then they end with Hyolyn still closest to the audience and smack in the center, which is exactly what needs to be done with a solo artist. Yeah, and then you have like the guys in the back, which is hilarious because, they're taking up space in the back, but then they're also at the very, very top. So then they're taking up space in the back, but at the top as well. So everywhere you look is just energy, energy, energy. And of course, Hyolyn's in the center, as she should be. But let's also talk about this scenery right here. So in the beginning, it starts with like a waterfall and very green. It's very blue with some hints of orange. It's basically just like your very... I was going to say something like it's like your very typical start to a dance. It's, I don't know, like green means go, So it starts off just very simple, very chill, literally. But the green is the accent color here, because of the leaves and Hyolyn's green outfit. So the blue complements the green, of course, and the green is the main color accent here. And then, of course, the colors become more vibrant, more warm toned. And that's when we change into this more party vibe right after this transition. The welcome to paradise. Yes. And then that's when we actually have more of the reds and the purples, and then the browns and the oranges really become more vibrant. I'm focusing just on the background for now. We see some of the sky, and then we change into like the actual like canyon, basically a lush canyon. That's what it is. Because that's the main attraction. The chorus is the main attraction. It's the most memorable part of the dance or of the performance. You're always going to remember the chorus. If you don't remember the chorus, it's probably not a very good song or performance. Yes, and then the what is it? After the chorus is the, I don't know. I don't know. And then we switch from all of the greenery, you know, the very lushness into this more like party vibe. Yeah, because I don't know, like what leaves would you think of to make a party? Palm trees? No. Yeah, we're just partying away here. We're keeping the back very, very simple. It's not drowning out the dancers in the front at all. If anything, these strobes are kind of like killing me. But the back is very simple. And then here, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. This is what sold it on me. It's not the backdrop that's just plain and simple. It's the flames that sell it to me. It's just, like the fake flames, the real flames, and then you combine it with her voice. It's just so soothing and warming. It basically just hugs your soul like hot cocoa. It's beautiful. It's amazing. I love this. I love this. And then, of course, you go into the climax and then you party. It's a celebration. You see the fireworks. You see the streamers. Yes. Oh my gosh. Like even seeing the streamers on the ground, like such a party. It's such a party. I feel like this is like a performance for like the new year. Or something, you know, like this is how you perform. And I think this is what separates Hyolyn from the rest of the Queendom candidates or the other competitors. She is a performer. Without a doubt, she is a performer. Everybody else is so worried about just trying to dance or just trying to sing or trying to look good. Hyolyn is all about the bigger picture at the end of the day. She wants everyone to feel like this is something you're going to remember. There needs to be something you take away from this. And it's either like the visuals, like the background, or it's like the costumes, or it's the dance, or it's the vocals, or it's just everything. And in this case, it's literally everything. Everything. This performance gives me life. It gives everybody life. It's just so perfect. I can't. Hyolyn's amazing. Okay, I might be a simp for Hyolyn though. I have kept a tab on Hyolyn ever since she basically left Sistar, and then she found her company Bridge, and she's just been doing her own thing ever since. And I have listened to like every single song that she has sung or released, and every single one of them just gets better and better and better. And when I think like she's already done like the top of what she can do, she tops that off with even more. And this performance proves that. I am so excited to see what else she has in store for us, the viewers, and for the rest of Queendom as well. And like she says, she's competed in so many survival shows. She's experienced so many things. So, you know, keep a tab on your girl, Hyolyn, but also keep a tab on me as well. Because I also want to be able to, point out things that most people don't notice right away when watching a performance, but also like as a dancer slash performer slash fan of K-pop since second generation, I would like to think that my insight matters to some people, or maybe you just like listening to my voice. I don't know. Whatever the case is, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.